Hi, Kathy.
Hello.
Okay, I can hear you. You can hear me. Perfect.
Great.
Okay, good. I'm just trying to connect us to the YouTube. Okay.
Delicious. Hello.
Hi guys. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. My computer was not wanting to start up properly.
Great.
Okay.
I'll need to step out about 5 to 1.
Okay.
Just letting you know in advance.
Okay, I got us connected. Oh, that was technical difficulties today. And everyone is here, Savannah, that said they would be.
Okay.
So regret for Stephen and Sandra.
All right. Welcome, everyone. And we're going to call to order the meeting for Wednesday, July 14th. Is there anyone that has to declare any conflict of interest or for this agenda? None noted then. We'll go on to the adoption of the agenda. We need a mover.
Move it.
David, thank you. And someone to second?
I'll second. It's Alicia.
Alicia, thank you. All in favor? Carried. So resolved that the agenda for the Historic Sites Board meeting for July 14th, 2021 as presented is approved. Adoption of the minutes.
I'll call, Jamie's got the camera facing on her left. We couldn't see you raise your hand. I'm pretty sure you did, but if you want.
I did. I'm sorry. You're right.
Okay. David, thanks for saying something. I was just kind of staring.
You have to vote with your left hand, Jamie.
You're right. I will do that. I don't have the screen that I'm looking at doesn't show myself.
So your left hand is good.
All right. Good to know. I'm left-handed, so that'll be good.
Okay, we need a mover for adopting the minutes for June 9th. Charlotte, and a seconder?
I'll second. It's Jamie.
Jamie, thank you. All in favor? Carried. The minutes for the meeting of June 9th is approved. The next would be business arising.
I didn't do anything further yet on that donations and fundraising that we were talking about last time under business arising. So I didn't put it on the agenda till I get to that task.
Okay, we'll move on to the accounts.
The accounts actually are still behind. I think it may have been the second time you received the May 31st statement. And nothing, not a lot happened in June, so it won't be till we start to see July's statement, because that's when we actually did some business for Strawberry Social and things, and that we're actually going to see things change on the statements. So there's nothing new on this one. And as I said, I think you may have received it at the last meeting, but that's to May 31st. Was there any questions on that? Quiet group. Okay, then.
So we'll move on to the Curators Report.
Well, I think we better, just in case we should, for the minutes, do a mover and seconder on the statements.
Okay, so we're looking at the year-to-date May 30th, the operating statement. So we need a mover to approve the expenditures year-to-date. David is our mover. And a seconder?
I'll second. It's Alicia.
Alicia, thank you. All in favor? Carried. And resolved that the Historic Sites Board approve the expenditures year to date. Is it May 30th, 2021? That's the statement I have.
Yeah. Thank you. So now I can do Curators Report.
Okay.
So I just wanted to sort of read to you under the, just as a part of the announcements that have just occurred. We in the museum field are very excited to hear about the federal announcements that came forward at the end of last week. And as part of their budget 2021, funding for arts, culture, heritage, and sports was announced. Funding was announced by Honorable Stephen Guilbeault, I think you say his name, Minister of Canadian Heritage, and that 41 million is going to be available for heritage organizations. So this is to reopen safely and welcome back visitors, and it will be delivered through the museum's assistance program. Now, last year, they did the same thing, and we received through an application process little over 10% of our operating budget. So last year I think we received about 43,000. So we're hoping that something similar will be the process. I just reached out to them again to see when that process is about to start and when we can put our application in, and that it's forthcoming very soon, they answered. They're also going to be putting out some money that's also been put into a digital program as well. So there'll be money there, plus also the museum assistance programs in general. So they all have been boosted by federal monies from the budget, and it's over the next couple years that these have been boosted. So that's very exciting news. And when we get further details, I'll bring that forward because, of course, we will be applying for those funds again. It is, as they said, COVID emergency fund for heritage organizations. So that's the good news.
Good.
So on 7.1 on the agenda is our roadmap to reopening. And we all did a happy dance at the end of last week because museums finally get to open. We will be opening the doors to the public on Friday, July 16th. We will, for the next couple weeks, we're going to take it slow and go Tuesdays to Saturdays, 10 till 4. We can only operate at 50% capacity indoors. So if people are going through the buildings, in our theater, in our exhibits, we can only operate at 50% capacity. If we get an overwhelming response, we're allowed to have 75% capacity on the front lawn. So we'll put them in on the front lawn and do some information sharing there. If we start to really see an increase in visitors and tourism and the province sort of regaining the reopening, we then will increase our hours and eventually get to our 7 days a week that we normally do as an attraction. And we're going to now start to think about even, because at some point we will hear when construction will begin, on how to sort of entertain our visitors and provide that education, we call it. So looking at demonstrations and whether or not we can do them on the front lawn, but we do have other grassy areas around. So it might be out in front of the new building there's grass over by the parking lot. So it'll just depend on what our options are, but we are going to start to look at those kinds of things. So I noticed that our Cour de Bois guys, our volunteers, that they've been up at, it's near Pancake Bay, that trading post. They've been up doing demonstrations and a little encampment up there, and we our R&R, our Royal Newfoundland Regiment volunteers have been just waiting for us to say come and do drill practice. So although I'm not sure David wants to put on red wool in this heat.
Well, we won't need that for the safety review and inspections, but if we're going to do it on the lawn, what the heck?
Yeah, we'll have to watch the weather for some cool weather. So that's just how we're going to sort of navigate through this first initial reopening. We are going to offer the audio tours to any visitor, just due to the fact that we may not be able to get people through the old stone house once we start construction. So then, any questions on that? Okay. 7.2 on events. Strawberry Social was on the front lawn last week, and we had 138 people at the 6 sittings over 3 days. And we also did 42 curbside takeout kits. But the best news is on all of that as well, that the gift shop did extremely well. So between taking in the fees for the Strawberry Social and the takeout kits, that the gift shop sold merchandise. So it looks like we're alive again. July's financial statement might show some money. We're going to just see before we start to make the final plans on Blueberry Fest, which is usually August, where we're at, as we said, with construction, and just to see also what the reopening with the province. And we have not heard yet on anything federally on our grant applications. Well, not us in particular, but the Friends of group apply for funding for our Fall Rendezvous Culture Days event, and nothing still. And normally at this time of year, we have heard a verdict on our applications. So hopefully soon. I think the deadline the federal government gives is about 6 months, which will take us to the end of July. So hopefully we don't hear on July 30th so that we can start to prepare. And then there is still no start date for construction. I've put a word out to the city and even the legal, I think Virginia has asked the legal department to sort of work with the engineering company to find out more details on why we're not hearing.
It's been quite a while, Kathy. Like, when was the first time that you put in for
we had
information?
we had actually hoped that they would get the construction done while we were shut down. But I know when he came 3-4 weeks ago that the head of the company that won the bid, he said he's having a very difficult time getting supplies and equipment because of the pandemic. So he was having a hard time
I've actually heard that for other sectors, they're not able to get the equipment to do the work.
Yeah.
So I've heard the same.
Yeah.
We're going to come into those issues as well.
So I know I went to the lumber stores on the weekend, and some of the stuff was a 3-week order minimum. And I was like, oh, so yeah. So we'll see. It will get done. It's just, it would have been nice while we were shut down.
Yeah, for sure.
Just adds to navigating visitors a little more difficult. The grant application. So CMOG went in. The last meeting we had, I was pulling that together, and our annual report and everything. So that's the Community Museum operating grant with the province. The other one that we did, and I had sent a note to all of you that it was going to council, was an application for a Francophone community grant. And that one just went in yesterday by the deadline, which is tomorrow. And it is a budget on that one of 35,000, but 28,000 is the ask to the Provincial Ministry of Francophone Affairs. We have a commitment from our Friends of group for 2,000 towards that project. And so it's, if approved, we will be able to do a lot of translation for guide sheets, our audio tours, exhibit text, and even to hire some Francophone reenactors. So to do some live streaming and to record at the same time for future presentations. And also to look at some of our marketing, like our rack card, our brochures, things like that. So that was just recently, yesterday, submitted. So we'll wait and see. If it becomes approved, it's a winter project. So it's end of September till end of March. So that is my update on
Thank you, Kathy, for the
section
information.
7 of the agenda.
We're moving on to, any questions or comments about Kathy's information? We're good. So we're on Municipal Heritage Committee. Does anyone have something to share with the committee? With us?
My only comment, we haven't had another meeting since we didn't have a meeting in July, so there's nothing new there. But my municipal, what do you call it? Calendar, sorry. My mind went blank. And finally came out last week around July 2nd or 3rd. Well, I forget, the Saturday of the long weekend, I think. And so we've received 500 copies, so they're now in different locations selling, so that's exciting. The Oldstone has, the Trading Post has some copies if you wanted to buy some. The museum got some, the library has some. The Feeding Your Soul Cafe has quite a few. And it's up at the Voyageur Lodge on Highway 17 North. So,
Your first initial distribution was a few to each of us, and they sold like hotcakes.
Yeah. David Helwig did a story in the Sioux today. So I got 50 copies, and then I got 40. And then 2 days ago, I got like 360. So we now have 500 copies and they are selling. So that's good.
I feel like they're really going to sell a lot. Like there's a lot of copies will get sold at the Trading Post. I mean, every time you drive past it, like I have to drive past the Trading Post on my way to town every day, and it's jammed with cars. And so I feel like they're going to sell out real well there. Definitely.
Yeah, I hope so. I gave him 30
good hotspot.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I gave him 30 copies yesterday. So, well, Dean had a waiting list at the Feeding Your Soul Cafe. they sold out their original 10, and then he started taking a waiting list, and he said people were coming in and buying 4 copies at a time.
Wow,
So
that's
it's
great.
like, yeah, I hope they do so quickly because it starts in September. So
we were seeing the same results in our gift shop, and so yeah, people were buying 4 copies at a time, and that initial delivery was gone in no time. So we're quite happy Jamie was back with some more.
The museum gift shop's been pretty quiet because I'm there 2-3 days a week, and I mean, come Friday, hopefully this weekend they'll been pretty quiet right now, but they have a few online things like but it's not what it should be at this time of year, unfortunately. But hopefully in the next few weeks things will change and we can sell some more copies. So yeah.
Yeah, it's good to have it done.
Yes.
So we did have a meeting of a committee that reviewed historical plaques around the city. And today I sent Virginia an email and asked her to send me the draft minutes from that meeting, because I can't remember whether I volunteered to do anything, whether there was something I was supposed to look up or something. And now that the library's open, I can get in there and do some, if I have to look something up, I can. So we'll see. Maybe Virginia can send me the minutes of that meeting and I can be updated on that. So that's the end of the municipal heritage committee.
Thank you, Jamie and Elisa. We'll move on to, is there any other new business to present?
I don't have any, except that with the reopening, when you get to item 10 next meeting, I'm really hoping we can see each other in person.
That would be great.
That would be great.
That would be great.
So it would be nice to meet you guys all in person. It would be great.
Yeah. And normally our meetings are, we provide lunch, and it gives you an opportunity to see the site and to take a look around at what's going on. And so there's a little bit of that extra time at the end of the meeting if people want to. So yeah.
I can't wait either.
Yeah, we're
That'd be
looking
nice.
forward to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we all need that. We're social, aren't we? We need that. We need to see people face to face.
And then the dog won't be biting my feet like she is right now. A little puppy. Well, not puppy anymore. 10 months old, but she's chewing my feet as we're having this meeting.
I have to hide my budgies every time I have a meeting at home, because every time they hear voices, they start squawking, and they're like hiding in a room right now in my house. So that's what I have to do.
So it's not really new business because we talked about it. Is I'm going to be contacting a lot of our volunteers now again that we can open to just sort of start to look at what we can offer for visitors and sort of get the place active again. So immediately I heard from the tourism partners and bus companies. It was like the doors opened or the announcement that the doors were opening and everyone wants to come now, and which is great, but you sort of hesitate because you think, well, we're still in this closure, so we'll see. I said we'll see what we can do when it comes time for you to arrive on our doorstep, because a lot of them are October bookings for the bus tours. So
I might have missed this, but how did the Strawberry Social go with the packages? Did you get a...
We had 138 come and sit under the tents.
Nice.
We did very social distancing, and they were only allowed about 20 people at a time. And we had special timed seating by reservation. And And as we move forward, that has to still occur. So if people are sitting inside or outside, it has to be by reservation and it has to be socially distanced. So, but so yeah, 138 came and sat, and we served on the front lawn, and the weather held out. It was wonderful. Under our heritage tent, and we had 42 packages, curbside pickup, takeout.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
was really nice to see. So we actually turned people away for the sitting on the front lawn.
Yeah.
And as I said, the gift shop did well too. So we had a couple days of large deposits, which was, we haven't seen that all year. So that was nice.
I just want to add that I did attend one of them, like July 8th, strawberry tea. And it was at 1:30, and there were like, we followed the protocol, Kathy. I mean, there were 2 to a table, and the tables were spread out, and the dessert and the tea, and it was all delicious, and it was great. So I'm looking forward to other events, because you had so many in the past, and this is a start. I just thought it was successful, and I think a lot of my lady friends went through the gift shop, so that helps, eh? But
and the Downtown Association has started to look at events again, and so this Saturday, while we were doing strawberry, we also did sidewalk sales with the downtown, and we put out stuff from the gift shop. Jamie was our morning volunteer, and we had another volunteer come afterwards. So we had stuff sell out on Queen Street for that. And the downtown has already put out the request to the Poutine Feast group to book them for next year for July 1st.
Fantastic. That's all I've been thinking about
I
while you're
know.
talking about events. And do we still have the first right of refusal on the dates?
Well, that's why they went to them right away and said, we'd like to reserve July 1st. And I haven't heard if they've responded, but I did see a post by the organization saying, we'll be back or whatever. So they're starting to look at their schedules. I think they might do some this fall as a test run, but we decided, the downtown group decided, let's just wait and do it right next year again for July 1st. So, and it'll be several days.
Good.
And we, you know, it'll be nice because now that we have our permanent liquor license and the whole yard is licensed, we'll be able to do a little bit different. And we can even maybe have 2 spots within the property for the beer garden or whatever. So yeah,
Good.
we're very excited. It may happen again. I have to calm down and do one day at a time. I want to know who's going to be first through the door on Friday. Oh.
So Kathy, is that everything? If anyone has a comment or question about any of the information, we're good. So our next meeting is September 15th. And
unless otherwise, like if something comes up, you will all be notified, or if it's just even an update, I will provide that to you. But normally August is a month we all take off. I usually take a lot of vacation then because I feel confident that the summer students and the staff are able to operate the site without me. So we usually try not to, but if we need to, I'll notify everyone. And otherwise I'll just send update. And we are postponing till September 15th because if we go exactly by the second Wednesday of the month, it lands on the same date, I think, that Municipal Heritage is going to be. So, and there's 2 of you, I think, that
Yes.
attend that one.
Yeah.
So
Thanks.
we'll wait, and then we'll sit on the front lawn or by the hearth in person, I'm hoping.
Great.
That would be lovely.
Looking forward to it.
Yep.
So if there's nothing else, we need a mover to adjourn.
I'll move to adjourn.
Oh,
Alicia.
Alicia?
Yes.
And a seconder, Charlotte? All in favor?
I don't think you need to do that, but anyways.
Okay, thank you.
It is adjourned.
Now adjourned.
Thank you, everyone.
Oh, it's good to see
Thank
everybody.
If you're out and about, we are open. Come see us.
Oh,
I promise I'll
definitely.
stop by. I'll walk there because I'll be around the corner. So
Yeah, yeah.
Great.
Nice.
why I
nice.
haven't yet, but yes, now I can.
And I have to pop over to the museum. I've got stuff for them. So
Okay. Well, maybe I'll be seeing you guys sooner than later then.
good.
Yeah.
And
Bye.
David, if you want to reach out to the group, we
I'll
can
give them a heads up to start polishing the brass.
and we can talk about dates and times and whatever. So
Yeah, I'll see what works for the guys. Got to get the group together, say, for some training and practice first
okay.
before we unleash them on the public.
Alicia, come fire a musket with the guys.
Okay, I'm on it. That'd be great. That'd be a sight to see.
Well, thank you all. Have
Thank
a good rest of the summer.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
see
too.
you
Bye,
guys.
everybody.
It'll be
Yeah.
exciting. Bye.